What's up, guys? Today we're doing an installation video on the Phanteks PH-TC14CS CPU cooler. So we have everything ready to go. We've taken our motherboard out of our case just because it's going to be easier, and it's going to be easier for you guys to see when we're doing this. We have everything here. This is a Socket 2011, so we have our Intel set of accessories and our accessories package right here. So you're going to need those two things, and of course our cooler and the two fans. So let's get started. Phanteks has nicely labeled, or put in a bag rather, the 4 screws that you first need to install. These are 4 bracket screws right here, and they're going to go right on the CPU socket, which I'm going to show you in a second. But it's nice that, you know, they're labeled in this bag. So we're going to go ahead and put them on. The bracket screws themselves are pretty small here, and when you're installing on Socket 2011, you're going to want to put the small side, which you can see right there, down into. So I'm going to show you that right now. So now this is what your CPU socket should look like. We have the 4 screws installed, and remember we installed them with the small side down and the longer side up. Now we have the 2 strip adapters here, and they're pretty straightforward, pretty basic here. Now they're not labeled, the holes right here, the hole openings right there, there's 3 of them. It goes, starting from the outside, it goes 1, 2, 3. Now for Socket 2011, you're going to be using the number 1 right here. So the first hole on each side is what you're going to be using right here. And they go on very easily. So we just line up our first hole right there and right there. And the same thing right there and right there. And then to lock them into place, we have these 4 screws right here. Hopefully we can focus in there. We have these 4 locking screws, which we are going to put in place. These are thumb screws. You can use a screwdriver if you like. I usually just do, just to make sure everything is nice and tight after you're done doing all of this. There are 4 rubber bars here that you're going to need to install, and they're just for vibration dampening actually on the fan. So they simply should just come off here just like this, you know, sticky on the back here, and you just simply put them right on there where your fans are going to be placed. There are little grooves here for each one, so you're going to put 2 on the front here, 1 here and 1 there. And then on the back, you're going to be putting 1 there and 1 right there. Now we are ready to actually put the heat sink on the actual CPU socket. And it is pretty straightforward and easy here. So you're going to line up the 2 screws on the bottom here. You're going to make sure you take your little sticker there off. And you are going to want to line this up just like this, so it sits right on top of your CPU socket right there. Now, the next part is a little bit tricky. You have your little Allen wrench right here, and what you're going to actually do is line these screws up, and then you're going to actually lock them into place with this little Allen key. It is a little bit tricky, but once you're done doing it, it shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes if you have everything lined up correctly. Okay, I had to change the orientation of the CPU cooler just for the fact that when you install the fans on the bottom, they take out this first PCI Express slot. So it is time for a fan installation, and it is pretty simple. Now, before you install your fans, you have to install the fan clips here. And they use these little inserts that you can see right there. And you can see how they go in. Now, all of the fans are labeled on the side here, so you can see the little arrows. And this is a downdraft CPU cooler. That means that all the air is going to be pushed down. So what we're going to want to do is install this first fan, and it should go in pretty simply here, just like that. And then we attach it just like that, so you guys can see that right there. Finally, it's time to install the last fan here, and it is very simple. You just put it right on there, line it up, press these down in nicely, and you're on and installed and you're good to go. You can just connect your connectors to your motherboard and you're ready to put everything back inside of your PC. Now, I do want to mention that this is socket 2011, and this fan right here is going to block almost all aftermarket memory that has larger heat sinks on it. So you want to make sure that your memory is going to fit with this. If it's not, you're going to need to buy low profile memory. But that is about it for this installation guide of the Phanteks PH-TC14CS. Check back very soon on Think Computers, as we're going to have the full written review of the cooler. And remember guys, if you like our videos, why don't you subscribe? Catch you guys later.